So when he bring his little ass out and stand right here, he's going to be standing right where the green light will be. You understand? This is how they use math and science to get at your inside your head, and you don't see that, but that's what that is. That's exactly what it is. The female, which is the wings of my aunt, which is the reproductive ability of the woman. And he'll be standing his ass right here, waving. Yeah, I'm an imposter. That's right, yeah. Yeah. See, all this bullshit. So much money. It's ridiculous. And now look, got on the SARS hat. Look at the hat. Look at what he got in his hand. You see? You see the theft? Can you see the theft? Look what's in his freaking hand. And look at his hat. That's all ancient combatant. Look at the woman that I always tell you about. They hide in the background. Look at it this way. It's a triangle. Look at it from the way you should look at it. Split that in half right there. Where do you see those lights at? When they split in half in my camera all the time. You see? You see how they use your own eyes to fool you and make you get involved with things that you've known all your life, and the genetics is inside of your mind. But they shut your mind down with Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph and Santa and SpongeBob and Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and crack and Coca-Cola and all the bullshit that we spend way too much time involved with, where then they can push this bullshit at us. And I hate to be the one to tell you that, but it's true. So yeah, they used us all. And look at him. Look at his face. I mean, really look at his face. Look. But come on. Look at that. Okay? Now this is the guy that gave you Jesus. Alright? It wasn't him, it was Pope Constantine. But they're still perpetuating their lies. The original Jesus was not even named Jesus. His name was Yeshua, and he was a, please believe it, black man. Because he was. Okay? Take my word for that. That's what he was. Everybody should tune in again to Asara Setepa Rama, because what I'm trying to say to y'all is that the universe is using weather formations to get our attention. Let us know that we're stupid, too much religious dogma. I want you to pay attention to all this and know that this stuff is not going to stop. I've already told you guys, you're going to have to recognize the fact that this planet is not going to be ran by anyone but me. And that's all to it. And as soon as all these governments and everybody stop laughing and thinking that I'm an idiot, and because you know, if it wasn't for me being here right now, in the presence of the universe light ships that you see on this planet, these governments all around this planet would have killed all of us. Now, like I said to you guys, I'm going to make them kill each other. And when they're out of the way and everything, I don't want to hear no shit out of nobody, because believe it or not, to get them out of the way, I'm going to have to kill a lot of regular ass people, because a lot of people love the way they got things set up, because you're benefiting that little small change that you're getting and you're liking it. So adios to your ass too. But anyway, just like I said, I'm using the weather formation to kill a lot of people. And the reason why is because a lot of people need to be killed. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the truth. When I say I, it's the spiritual energy coming from the inside of a SAR. Personification, understand that. Don't fuck with the SAR. Real simple. You already know.
Freezing in the southwest, record warmth across much of the east. Take a look at the map tonight. Out west in Phoenix, where people usually go to beat the cold, it'll be right around freezing overnight. Reno, Nevada, 9 degrees. Back east,
well, just so you guys can know, every state in the country froze but Washington and Oregon. I just thought I'd let you know that, in case you didn't.
Pittsburgh will be 67 degrees tomorrow, 30 degrees above normal. Columbia, South Carolina, nearly 80. And in California tonight, farmers like this one near Fresno are struggling to see.
Pounded by snow and sleet, this weekend, much of Utah is under a winter storm warning.
When I started shoveling, it came up to my knees.
With another 10 inches forecasted, Tracy Lofthouse's backyard is already under 2 feet of snow.
This is crazy. I've never seen this much snow before.
Before the border in California, Interstate 5, the Grapevine, finally reopened after a 16-hour shutdown. This 40-mile stretch could again close tonight.
It's not like the California I grew up with. I grew up in San Diego and it's always warm down there.
But in San Diego, the temperature was a frigid 35. Colder than Chicago.
We've got all-time records in January set in Florida and another one today in Quincy, Illinois. That will start to transition, though, as we get into the midweek. Another heavy rain event for Louisiana, already reeling from a foot of rain earlier this week. And then by next weekend, it looks like that very cold.
See, I know that the beautiful children and most of the innocent people that had nothing to do with any of this foolishness and quest for openings and extravagances are going to all be just taken on the ships. So when I act like it doesn't bother me about all the death that's going to go on the planet, the reason why is because I know that it's almost a waste to try to think about anything other than that happening. Everything is really bad. You guys saw that the man did everything he could with the help of the police to harass me just for digging in the garbage can. Now, this is a very ungodly circumstance on this earth. And in order to eradicate that type of foolishness, a lot of earth changes are going to have to be made. That's the reason why people keep hearing thumpings in the ground and explosions in the heavens and everything. It's all perceptions of mind. It's the universe doing everything it can to condition a concept in your mind of paying more attention to what is your true reality. And when all that is done and over, the only people going to be allowed to remain on this earth is the ones who was fast enough and brilliant enough to get away from the dogma and the materialism. And that's why the weather is here to help you and no machinery. Machinery has nothing to do with God. That's man. When I get to getting in that ass with this weather, and it be all good because your hatred and your evil made the planet attack you, and I just came here to tell you what's happening. All this misled indication of something going wrong, we all sat around here and watched these white men perpetuate war on innocent people over and over, and all your asses got paid off of it, sitting up in all the houses that you think I'm wrong about telling you is getting ready to go underwater right now, but you all sat around and watched what was going on, and you were just in it for yourself. Still, the people who ostracize me and hate me for having the guts to stand up and say something about it, you know what? That's your problem, not mine, because I did what the son told me to do. If you don't like it, you need to talk to your son about it. And if you really want to know the truth about it, you probably should keep that to yourself and just go ahead and know what idiot you are.
That will start to transition, though, as we get into the midweek. Another heavy rain event for Louisiana, already reeling from a foot of rain earlier this week. And then by next weekend, it looks like that very cold.
There's that spiral I was telling you about.
Record lows in many cities across China. But aside from fueling inflation, the winter has created some unexpected inconveniences for some residents.
This winter in China has been one of the coldest in decades, with average temperatures in some regions hitting their lowest in over 40 years, according to state-run media. China's national average temperature dropped to 25 degrees Fahrenheit since November 20th, the lowest in 28 years.
Rescuers sift through the debris left behind by a massive landslide in China's Yunnan province that has killed 46 people. The 1,000-strong team employing heavy machinery searched the area Friday and Saturday. 19 children were among those killed as the landslide swallowed more than a dozen homes, according to state TV.
See, them children is going on. They ain't got to even worry.
Some areas in Butuan City were flooded due to non-stop rains, forcing officials to cancel classes in some schools. ABS
See all these little people right here? They are people that's been on this earth and saw this stuff so many different times, were able to move the highlands and whatever was necessary to avoid it. But with the Europeans being on the earth and they took control of everything and built dams where they wanted to and did everything they wanted to, they just messed everything up.
Measuring 5.9 on the Richter scale hit northeast India a little after 7 this morning, to be exact at 7:13. Now tremors were felt in Assam, Manipur and Meghalaya.
Saros Körfezi'nde bir deprem meydana gelmiş. Merkez üssü Saros Körfezi olan 5.8 büyüklüğünde.
Now, if there's any places that I could think of that they're going to have some massive ass earthquakes, please believe it. Please believe it.
Kuzey Ege'de sayın seyirciler görüyorsunuz Gelibolu Yarımadası.
Let me explain something to you. All this up here, all right? They're going to try to cover it up where you can't see the names of it and this and that, but it's all Russia, mostly, out near the Caucasus Mountain, okay? All this area up here is going to have so many freaking earthquakes that it's going to be designed, you know what I'm saying, to fuck up the Zionists. This is where they run with all this shit. See that name right there? Gomer. This is one that I think that's what it says. I don't have my glasses on. But anyway, these are the children of Noah that they tell you about. I think it is, if I can remember correctly. And they tell you that they went different places. But what I'm saying to you, you just watch what I tell you. All around Turkey and Greece and Rome and all those places like that, including the Vatican, you watch how these spirals going to tear their ass up. Watch. This is the earth, this is the mentors getting up that ass for all the damage you did to her children. They're going to destroy all this shit.
Off. State environmental officials report a huge fish kill at Masonboro Island. The Atlantic menhaden appear to have clustered in a narrow area at Lucens Creek. One man knows the area well. It's the lead at 11.
If you're a coast watcher, you know the scene is always changing. But today, the changes were destructive.
I saw all these birds, couldn't believe the number of birds, more than I've ever seen. I actually took video of it because it was so unbelievable, and then I got to shore and I understood why. There was about 1 million little menhaden fish. They're in the water sunk, they're on the shore, they're just everywhere.
Jerusalem has virtually ground to a standstill after Israel's worst snowstorm for 20 years. Up to 15 centimeters fell overnight, forcing public transport and schools to shut down. The city's emergency department urged residents to stay at home and make it a day with the family. On the roads, many vehicles which had ventured out got stuck. The main highway between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv was reported to be blocked. There's been severe weather too in the West Bank, where hail, snow and heavy rain brought flooding and landslides. 4 Palestinians died, and dozens of houses were flooded in the Gaza Strip.
Did you see they put that little Holy Land storm up there? That is not the Holy Land. That is the home of the most wicked